I believe there are two types of people: those that always want to keep their phone charged close to 100%, and those that are okay with draining it all the way down. With my phone, I practice ABC, always be charging. But my kids, my youngest in particular, seems to show little care in draining his phone battery down to single digits of life, and then walking around with a charging cord connected to a battery pack hanging out of his pocket. Phone charging best practices seems to be like butter and eggs. One day butter is fine for you, and the next day it's the worst thing for your health. One day eating eggs will bring us certain early heart attack, and the next day we are okay with its rich protein benefits. For phone battery charging, it seems like for every phone generation and phone battery evolution, the best practices change. Recently, when having breakfast with a friend, the topic of health data and measurement came up. We talked about Oura rings, Whoop bands, Apple Watches, and then the topic of apps came up. And no, not apps at the restaurant, but apps on your phone. And it was recommended to me to try out this app called Athlytic. I downloaded it and immediately became incredibly interested in the metric for body battery. Like the battery on your phone, it measures how much juice you have left in your current state. I've recently become motivated to increase my body battery, and it's important to do so because while phone battery charging problems can be solved by just buying a new phone, our bodies only have one battery, and keeping it charged is not only a helpful habit, it's a necessary one. More on this topic in today's episode. Welcome to The Human Thread, a space for those seeking something real in a world dominated by noise and algorithms. I'm Greg, and here we unravel the fabric of authentic connection through creativity, meaningful conversations, and reflections on the messy, beautiful human experience. Let's dive into the threads that bind us beyond likes and follows to meaning, art, and genuine dialogue. What exactly is body battery? As the Athlytic app calculates it, battery is a real-time measure of your body's readiness, updating throughout the day as new heart rate variability, or HRV, samples are recorded in Apple Health. It connects with all the data that's calculated on my Apple Watch. But unlike recovery, which provides a static score based on your overnight HRV, battery fluctuates throughout the day, much like an iPhone battery that charges and drains based on activity. I love this definition because it captures something essential about energy management. Your body battery is not static, it's dynamic. It's constantly being drained and recharged based on everything you do, think, and experience. And when I first saw my body battery visualized on my phone screen, something clicked. Those mysterious energy fluctuations throughout my day suddenly made sense. That post-lunch crash, there it was in my data. That surge of energy after my morning walk, captured in real time. There's this concept in business that's transformed my approach to personal health. You can only improve what you measure. It's why weight loss programs have you step on a scale. It's why budgeting apps track every dollar. And it's why tracking your body battery can be so revolutionary. Before I started measuring my energy levels, they were just a vague feeling. Some days I felt good, others days not so much. But without data, I couldn't see patterns. I couldn't connect the dots between yesterday's late night and today's crash. Between that stressful meeting and my afternoon headache, between skipping a meal and then hitting a wall. Once I started tracking my body battery, invisible connections became visible. I could see exactly how my choices affected my energy. That heaping tablespoon of peanut butter after dinner that I seem to enjoy every night, I get a drop in recovery overnight. That meditation I skipped yesterday, well, on days I don't skip it, I get a boost. Measurement creates accountability. And when you see your body battery dropping, you can't pretend everything's fine while pushing through. The numbers, they don't lie. And honestly, sometimes we need that objective reality check. Most of us know what happens when we ignore our body's warnings. We push through exhaustion with another cup of coffee. We power through stress by gritting our teeth. We sacrifice sleep for one more episode or covering our emails. Or in my case, watching the end of the Sox game while they're on a West Coast road trip. Those things actually add up, especially when they lose. In the short term, though, we feel accomplished, but eventually, total burnout. And burnout isn't just being tired. It's your body battery completely drained with no quick way to recharge. Living in this red zone has serious consequences. My immune system takes a hit. My brain gets foggy. My mood is challenging, let's say, to be around. But the worst part, it steals my joy and presence. When I'm depleted, I can't fully show up for the people and moments that actually matter. So here's where measuring your body's battery gets really powerful. Once you start tracking, you can run personal experiments. Like, what happens if I meditate for 10 minutes before work? Or what's the impact of an extra 20-minute walk at lunch? Does reading before bed boost my recovery more than scrolling social media? I mean, I don't scroll social media while in bed. A lot of best practices for me recently has been moving my phone into my bathroom. Without measurement, these questions are just theories. With measurement, they become a personalized instruction manual for your unique body and mind. I've discovered things about myself that I never would have noticed otherwise. Like how a 5-minute breathing exercise before a stressful meeting prevents a much bigger energy crash afterward. Or how my recovery is way better when I stop eating 3 hours before bedtime. These aren't universal rules. They're personal insights that came from paying attention to my own data. Remember how Athlytic mentioned that body battery is based on heart rate variability? It's the main data point behind this measurement, but I got curious and did more research on it. And HRV is essentially the variation in time between successive heartbeats. When your nervous system is balanced and recovered, your heart rhythm shows more variability, which, and this is crazy, counterintuitively is a good thing. So more variability is a good thing. Low HRV, low variability, indicates that your body is stressed, fighting inflammation, or otherwise working harder than it should be. High HRV suggests a well-recovered, adaptable system ready to take on challenges. What's fascinating is that your HRV responds to everything. It's not just physical exercise. It could be a difficult conversation, a meditation session, even the food you eat, all impact your body battery in real time. This is why mindfulness practices can be such powerful recharging tools. I view mindfulness as my personal charging station. This is where it really comes in clutch. If tracking your body battery helps you understand your energy levels, mindfulness practices are the charging stations that fill you back up. Mindfulness creates space between what happens and how you respond. And instead of automatically reacting to every notification, request, or stray thought, and God knows I have so many of them, you can pause and ask, will this drain or charge my battery? Even quick mindfulness practice can act like micro-charging sessions throughout your day. Deep breathing for just 3 minutes kicks your rest and digest system into gear. A brief body scan helps you find tension you didn't even know you were carrying. And 5 minutes of meditation clears the mental clutter that's secretly draining your resources. Lately, I've been mindful to check my posture while sitting at my desk. God knows my posture is horrible. And very frequently, I realize that my body is contoured in ways like a pretzel, and I didn't even realize it. Realizing it leads to adjusting it, and little check-ins like this have made a huge impact for me lately. The metaphor of a body battery has one major limitation. While we can replace our phone's battery when it degrades, we get only one body for life. How we treat it determines not just how long it lasts, but the quality of experiences we have along the way. By combining the data-driven insights of body battery tracking with the time-tested wisdom of mindfulness practices, we can create a powerful system for living with greater energy, awareness, and joy. This world is stressful. Learning to protect and replenish our energy isn't just helpful, it's essential self-preservation. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If today's episode sparked curiosity or resonated with you, let's keep the conversation going on the Human Thread Substack. And until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the human threads that connect us.